All right, let's just get right into it. The one question that's probably keeping every single developer up at night: will AI take our jobs? Are we all about to be replaced? This is a big one, so let's break it down.
Now, look, if you think this is all just a bunch of hype, just listen to this. Andrej Karpathy. This guy is a founding engineer at OpenAI, former director of AI at Tesla. He's one of the absolute giants in this field, and he says, "I have never felt this much behind as a programmer." Wow! So if a guy like that feels like he's playing catch-up, what on earth does that mean for the rest of us, right? This isn't some far-off sci-fi thing. The ground is literally shifting under our feet, like, right now.
The truth is, we've already hit a turning point. Just last year, AI was this cool new toy you could play with. It was optional. Now, in 2025, it's mandatory. I'm talking about the big tech companies. They're not just encouraging their engineers to use AI, they are, in some cases, forcing them to. It's not a choice anymore. It is a fundamental part of the job.
Okay, so who's actually at risk here? To really get a handle on this, we need to think about the job of a programmer in a totally different way. I think the best way to do this is with an analogy. Let's talk about building a house, because it actually lays out the new pecking order perfectly. Think about it. When you're building a house, you've got three main players, right? You've got the architect. This is the big picture person, designing the blueprint, thinking through all the problems. Then you have the contractor, the one who takes that plan and actually manages the whole project, making sure it gets done. And then you have the laborer, the person who's just there to lay the bricks one by one, just following instructions.
So, which of those roles do you think technology is coming for first? Yeah, you guessed it. AI and robots are perfectly built to take over that laborer role. Anything that's just about following a set of instructions, well, a machine can do that. It can lay bricks way faster, way cheaper, and probably with fewer mistakes than any human. Any job that is just pure execution, that's the one that's on the chopping block.
And here is the absolute kicker. For decades, what was the entry-level job in programming? It was being the laborer. It was that simple, kind of repetitive task of just writing code based on whatever the senior dev told you to do. Interns, junior devs, we hired them to lay the bricks, right? It's how they learn the ropes. Well, guess what? AI can now lay those bricks a whole lot better.
So, this changes everything. We have to completely rethink what programming even means. It's not about how fast you can type anymore. The real value isn't in your fingers, it's shifting up to what's between your ears.
Look, real programming was never just about syntax. It's always been the art of thinking through a problem, really architecting a solid solution. It's about designing systems, juggling trade-offs, seeing the problems before they happen. The actual writing of the code, honestly, that's the last step, and it's usually the easiest part. It's the part that, AI can help with or even do for us.
This means your value as a developer is moving up the food chain. Nobody's going to care how fast you can type out a function from memory. What they will care about is if you're smart enough to look at the code an AI spits out and know if it's good or if it's garbage. You have to have those fundamentals to review it, to debug it, to know what's really going on. Because trust me on this, the AI is going to be wrong. A lot.
Okay, so the big question is, how do you make yourself future-proof? How do you become irreplaceable? Well, you have to actively climb that ladder. You have to stop being the laborer and start becoming the architect. And to do that, you're going to need a pretty specific skill set.
The developer who thrives is going to be what you could call a full-stack AI engineer. And I don't just mean someone who knows a little front-end and a little back-end. No, you need to understand the entire system. We're talking front-end, back-end, DevOps, the whole shebang. You have to think like a systems architect, and this is key. You have to be a master at using AI as a tool to make yourself ridiculously productive. Being a super specialist in one tiny thing, that's starting to look like a real risk.
But, the tech skills, that's only half of it. The stuff that really makes you valuable, the things that AI just can't touch, it's all the human skills. Can you collaborate with a team? Can you manage a project? Can you communicate an idea clearly? Can you lead? Can you think about the ethics of what you're building? In a world where basically anyone can tell an AI to spit out some code, these are the skills that become your superpower.
So what does all this mean? Well, when you boil it all down, AI is really just a double-edged sword. It's a massive amplifier for whatever you already bring to the table. And what that does is create this huge gap. On one side, you have the developer with solid, deep fundamentals. For them, AI is like strapping a rocket to their back. They become 10 times, 100 times more productive, a total superstar. But on the other side, you've got the developer who's just been faking it. For them, AI is a crutch.
They become totally dependent on it, and the second it produces a weird bug, they're completely lost. They can't debug their way out of a wet paper bag.
So, let's circle all the way back to that first question we asked. But let's rephrase it. The question isn't, will AI replace programmers? The real question, the one you need to be asking yourself right now, is, will AI replace me? And the answer to that, well, it comes down to a simple choice. Are you going to be the architect, or are you going to be the bricklayer? I'm going to leave you with this one last thought, something that's really been making the rounds online. It's pretty blunt. The idea is that AI is just making smart people smarter and dumb people dumber. It's not creating a new class of worker. It's just an amplifier. It takes what you are and cranks it up to 11. Which side of that line you end up on? Well, that's entirely up to you.